All right, Black and White Network supporters, we are going to talk about Google. And boy, if you use Google Maps, which I know many of you may, you might want to be extra careful and make sure that where you're going is actually going to be there. Because Google is now getting sued. That's right, the overlords at Google are getting sued. Why? Because, well, they may have literally drove a man right off of a bridge. This could get very costly and very ugly for Google. I kid you not. You may hear that. You may be like, wait, what's happening right now? Well, how about telling a man that a bridge is still there when it's not? And a man drove off, and now a man is dead. I know you may be wondering, how does this happen? Well, number one, the guy was a salesman. He was unfamiliar with the area. He didn't know where he was going. And he met his demise because Google's GPS, and I'm using air quotes here, GPS led him over the edge. Literally. This is Breitbart, and this is crazy is what this is. Tech giant Google faces a lawsuit from the family of Philip Paxton, who claimed the company's flawed Google Maps directions led to the North Carolina's man's tragic death when he drove off of a collapsed bridge. ABC News reports that Philip Paxton, a medical device salesman and a father of two, died on September 30th of 2022 after his vehicle plunged into Snow Creek in Hickory, North Carolina. The incident occurred as Paxton was driving home from his daughter's 9th birthday party, relying on Google Maps for directions through an unfamiliar neighborhood. The app allegedly directed him to cross a bridge that had collapsed 9 years prior and had remained unrepaired. Jesus. There is the Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google. Okay, great. Right, this is unbelievable. The lawsuit filed in Wake County Superior Court claims that Google had been informed multiple times about the bridge's collapse but failed to update its navigation system accordingly. This sounds like massive dollar signs cha-chinging in the background for a family. The family of the deceased argues that the technology giant acted with negligence, showing little regard for human life by not addressing the reported issue. Quote, "Our girls ask how and why their daddy died, and I'm at a loss for words. They can understand because as an adult, I still can't understand how those responsible for GPS directions and the bridge could have acted with so little regard for human life," lamented Alicia Paxton, Phillips' wife. North Carolina State Patrol reported that there were no barriers or warning signs along the washed-out roadway, and Paxton had driven off an unguarded edge, crashing about 20 feet below. The bridge was not maintained by local or state officials, and the original developer's company had been dissolved. So the people that built the bridge went out of business. I wonder why. Collapsed bridges, maybe? The lawsuit also names several private property companies, alleging that they are responsible for the bridge and the adjoining land. Wow. You got to wonder if they're not going to bring the state of North Carolina into this somehow. I assume roads. I can't believe that the bridge was not a responsibility of the actual county or something like that, but I guess not. It's saying not. In the years leading up to Paxton's death, multiple individuals, and this is the part that's really going to get Google nailed. Multiple individuals had notified Google about the collapsed bridge and had urged companies to update its route information. The court filing includes email records from another Hickory resident who used the map's Suggest an Edit feature in September of 2020 to alert the company that they were directing drivers over a collapsed bridge, so Google knew. They had been directly notified about that one particular bridge. Whew, I'm no lawyer, but uh-oh. Google confirmed receiving the report, uh-oh again, and was reviewing the suggested change in November of 2020, but the lawsuit claims that no further actions had been taken by the company. In response to the tragic incident, the ensuing lawsuit, Google spokesperson Jose Castaneda expressed, quote, "We have the deepest sympathies for the Paxton family. Our goal is to provide accurate routing information and maps, and we are reviewing the lawsuit." I think it's interesting that they use the wording, they are reviewing the lawsuit, which makes you think anyway, and I may be wrong, but I kind of feel like Google may have to eat this one and just do a settlement on it, because clearly they had been notified that that bridge was out and they did not take care of their system. I rarely use this app at all, ever. Once in a blue moon, I think we might have used it last week to find a doctor's office that we did not know exactly where it was at. It got us there without going over or near any roadways that were closed or anything like that. But, man, I don't like to rely on anything that's Google related any more than I have to. Does anybody remember the good old days of the Rand McNally maps? Yes, kiddies, we had actual paper maps that unfolded and such. Or in my dad's case, every year he would get so excited because he would go buy the new Rand McNally map book of the United States that was like this tall by this tall. It was like 1.5 feet tall by like a foot wide. The Atlas is what it's called. Yeah. I guess I haven't heard the word Atlas in 20 years. Wow. My wife just hit me with the Atlas. Yeah, I guess it was the Atlas. Wow. That's crazy. You know, between AI and everything else, there's a movie coming up called The Creator about AI, and, you know, we all talk about the Terminator. Is it just me, or is technology, let's be real, leading us to our own demise? It really sort of feels that way. I hate to be the old guy, but yeah. Now I know why people like to live in the middle of nowhere, in the mountains, in a cabin, in the woods, with a Jurassic Park fence around it and gun turrets in every corner. Yeah, I understand why that happens sometimes. It makes sense. Maybe the only way we're ever safe in a red state, by the way. Just pointing that out. If you're in a Democratic state, hell, you're never safe. The hoodlums just come out and burn your fences down, your Jurassic Park fences. And if you ain't got a T-Rex in there, you're screwed. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.